Don't waste another year of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking, and the truth is none of us know how much sand is left in our hourglass. What we do know is that every single day we're given is a gift, and how we use it is entirely up to us. So let me ask you, how long are you going to wait to live the life you were born to live? How many more years will you spend settling, procrastinating, or letting fear dictate your decisions? Today we're drawing a line in the sand. Because the reality is, the only thing standing between you and your greatest life is you. Let me tell you something, life isn't waiting for you to be ready. It isn't going to hand you the perfect moment. The perfect time doesn't exist, it's created. And it's created when you decide no more. No more excuses, no more playing small, no more waiting for next Monday, next month, or next year. This is your year, this is your moment, this is your time. Let's shift your mindset, ignite your spirit, and reclaim your life. Because you deserve a life that lights you up every single day, and it's waiting for you to claim it. Decide what you want and commit. Clarity is power. You can't hit a target you can't see. What do you truly want? Not what's realistic or what you think you deserve, but what sets your soul on fire. Write it down, visualize it, and commit to making it happen. Destroy your limiting beliefs. Those stories you've been telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I don't have the resources, I'll fail, are lies. Replace them with empowering beliefs. You are stronger, smarter, and more capable than you think. Turn pain into power. Every setback, every heartbreak, every struggle, those weren't meant to break you, they were meant to build you. Stop running from your pain and start using it as fuel to drive you forward. Take massive action. Dreams without action are just wishes. Stop overthinking, stop analyzing, and take the first step. Even if it's small, forward momentum creates unstoppable energy. Action beats perfection every single time. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be your best. Celebrate the small wins. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Acknowledge it. Celebrate it. Small wins compound into big victories, and gratitude for the process keeps you motivated. Embrace the power of now. The past is gone. The future isn't promised. All you have is this moment right here, right now. Use it. Stop waiting, start living, and make the decision that today is the day everything changes. Final words. You weren't put on this earth to settle for mediocrity. You were made to shine, to grow, to love, and to leave an impact. Don't let another year slip through your fingers. Start now, because life is too short to live it on the sidelines. Stand up, step forward, and remember, you don't need permission to create the life you want. The only person who can stop you is you, and the only time you have is now. Go out there and make it happen. Decide what you want and commit. Clarity is the starting point of all greatness. If you don't know where you're headed, how can you ever expect to get there? Most people wander through life like a ship without a rudder, tossed around by the waves of circumstance. But you're not most people, you're here because something deep inside you is screaming for more. The question is, do you know what more looks like for you? Take a moment and ask yourself, if there were no limits, no fear, no doubt, no restrictions, what would you want? Be honest. Don't play small here. Your vision should stretch you, excite you, maybe even scare you a little. That's how you know it's worth chasing. Write it down. Don't just think about it, capture it. There's power in putting pen to paper because it turns a thought into something tangible. When you commit to something, really commit, you unleash a force within you that is unstoppable. But commitment isn't about dabbling. It's not about saying, I'll try, or I hope this works. No, it's about saying, I will. There's no plan B because plan A is non-negotiable. That level of resolve changes everything. People often fail not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. They settle for a life that's comfortable but not fulfilling. Don't let that be you. Your commitment needs to be as big as your dreams. If you're not 100% in, you're already out. Here's the truth: life is a reflection of what you're willing to tolerate. If you tolerate mediocrity, you'll get mediocrity. But when you demand more, when you raise your standards and back them up with unshakable commitment, the universe responds. It's not magic, it's alignment. You might be thinking, but what if I fail? Let me tell you something, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every failure carries a lesson, and every lesson is a stepping stone. But failure only happens if you quit. When you're committed, quitting isn't even an option. Burn the boats. Leave no room for retreat. When you remove the safety net, something remarkable happens. You find strength you didn't know you had. Your creativity skyrockets, and you become resourceful in ways you never imagined. Commitment isn't just about what you say, it's about what you do. Your actions reveal your priorities. If you're truly committed, you'll make time, you'll find resources, and you'll keep going no matter what. If you're not, you'll find excuses. Which side do you want to be on? Every decision you make either brings you closer to your vision or takes you further away. There's no neutral. So decide right now that every choice you make moving forward will be in alignment with the life you want to create. That's what commitment looks like. Commitment isn't easy. It's going to challenge you, test you, and sometimes exhaust you. But on the other side of that struggle is growth, and growth is where fulfillment lives. The life you dream of isn't handed out freely, it's earned. But I promise you, it's worth every ounce of effort. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the biggest thief of dreams. If you're not committed today, you won't magically be committed tomorrow. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it. Think of commitment as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small if you have to, but start. Make one decision today that aligns with your vision and follow through. Then do it again tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. Here's the bottom line. You already have everything you need to create the life you want. The resources, the time, the knowledge, they're all available to you. What's missing isn't the tools, it's the decision. Decide what you want, commit to it fully, and watch how your world transforms. Destroy your limiting beliefs. Let me tell you something, the only thing holding you back from the life you want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. That story, those excuses, those justifications, they're not real. They're just beliefs, and beliefs can be changed. We all have limiting beliefs. Maybe you've told yourself, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough time, or I'm too old to start over, whatever the story. It's not the truth. It's just a lens you've been looking through. And that lens distorts reality. But here's the good news, you can shatter that lens. Start by identifying your limiting beliefs. What are the thoughts that pop into your head when you think about pursuing your dream? Write them down. Yes, write them down. Don't just think about them, get them out of your head and onto paper. You can't fight an enemy you don't see. Once you've named those beliefs, ask yourself, where did this come from? Who told me this was true? Was it a parent, a teacher, society? Most of the time, our limiting beliefs aren't even ours. We inherited them. But just because someone handed you a belief doesn't mean you have to keep it. Challenge those beliefs. Look for evidence that contradicts them. If you believe you're too old, find someone who achieved greatness later in life. If you think you're not smart enough, look at how far you've already come. The more evidence you gather, the weaker that belief becomes. Here's the truth, beliefs are nothing more than repeated thoughts. If you've been thinking, I can't, over and over again, it's no wonder you believe it. But what happens if you start repeating, I can? What happens when you tell yourself a new story? Destroying limiting beliefs isn't about positive thinking, it's about rewiring your brain. When you replace a disempowering belief with an empowering one, you create a new neurological pathway. And the more you walk that path, the stronger it gets. You need to decide right now that your past does not define your future. Just because something has been true for you up until this point doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You have the power to change your story at any moment. Think of your mind as a garden. If you don't pull out the weeds, those limiting beliefs, they'll choke the life out of your dreams. But when you plant seeds of possibility, those seeds grow into a harvest of success. It's not enough to destroy the old beliefs, you have to replace them with new ones. Start telling yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am resourceful, say it out loud. Yes, it might feel strange at first, but the more you say it, the more you say it, the more you'll start to believe it. Surround yourself with people who reinforce your new beliefs. If you're around people who tell you it's not possible to be realistic or stay in your lane, it's time to find a new tribe. Your environment shapes your mindset, so choose wisely. Every time you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought, stop and reframe it. If your mind says, I can't respond with, how can I turn the obstacle into an opportunity? This simple shift can change everything. Destroying your limiting beliefs is a daily practice. It's not a one and done process, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And over time, you'll look back and realize that the things you once thought were impossible are now your reality. Remember this, the only limits you have are the ones you believe in. Break free from those chains, rewrite your story, and step into the limitless potential that's been waiting for you all along. Turn pain into power. Let's talk about pain. We all have it. We've all faced moments that left us broken, moments where we questioned everything, moments that knocked us to our knees. But here's the truth, pain is a universal experience. What sets extraordinary people apart is how they use that pain. Most people let pain define them. They wear it like a badge, letting it dictate their actions, their thoughts, and their future. But pain isn't meant to be a prison. It's meant to be a fuel, a tool to shape your growth and ignite your potential. The question is, are you letting your pain control you, or are you using it to propel you forward? Every time you experience pain, you're faced with a choice. You can use it as an excuse to stay stuck, or you can turn it into a reason to rise. The pain you feel isn't permanent, it's a signal. It's telling you something needs to change, something needs to grow, something needs to grow, something needs to be unleashed. Think back to a moment in your life that was incredibly painful. Maybe it was a loss, a failure, or a betrayal. Now ask yourself, what did that moment teach you? How did it shape you? Did it make you stronger, more compassionate, or more determined? Pain always carries a lesson. Pain doesn't come into your life to destroy you, it comes to awaken you. It shakes you out of your comfort zone and forces you to face the truth about who you are and what you're capable of. And trust me, you're capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. Let me remind you, diamonds are formed under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And the strongest people you know didn't become that way because their lives were easy. They became that way because they faced their pain, embraced it, and used it to become something greater. Stop running from your pain. Stop numbing it with distractions or blaming it on others. Face it head on. Look it in the eye and say, you don't own me. I own you. When you take control of your pain, you take control of your life. You can't grow without pain. Think about it when you work out. You tear your muscles so they can rebuild stronger. Growth in any area of life works the same way. Pain is the tearing, growth is the rebuilding. But rebuilding only happens if you keep going. Turn your pain into a purpose. If you've been through something, use it to help others. Share your story, offer your wisdom, and become a source of strength for those who are struggling. When you find purpose in your pain, it no longer has power over you, it becomes your power. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to cry, to scream, to let it all out. But don't stay there. Don't unpack and live in that space. Feel it, process it, and then channel it into action. Use it as a reminder of how far you've come and how far you can still go. Pain will test you. It will push you to your limits. But on the other side of that pain is a version of you that's stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Every time you overcome a challenge, you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes next. Remember, pain is temporary, but the growth it brings can last a lifetime. It's not about avoiding pain, it's about embracing it as part of the journey. You can't have the mountaintop without the climb, and the climb will always involve struggle. You're not a victim of your pain, you're a warrior because of it. Every scar, every bruise, every proof, every tear, they're proof that you've survived, that you've fought, and that you're still standing. Wear them with pride because they're the marks of someone who refused to give up. This is your moment to rise. Take the pain you've endured and turn it into the power you need to create the life you deserve. The choice is yours. Will you let your pain define you, or will you let it refine you? Just take massive action. Let me tell you something, nothing changes without action. You can have the clearest vision, the most inspiring goals, and the most detailed plan, but without action, they're just ideas. Dreams don't work unless you do. Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. But here's the truth, there's no such thing as the perfect time. The stars don't have to align for you to take the first step. The time to act is now. Action is the great separator. It's what turns dreams into reality and ideas into impact, but not just any action, massive action. Small, timid steps won't get you there. You need bold, decisive, and consistent movement toward your goals. So where do you start? Start where you are with what you have. Stop waiting until you feel ready, because the truth is you'll never feel completely ready. Clarity comes from engagement, not thought. The moment you take action, the path starts to reveal itself. But let me warn you, action isn't always comfortable. It's going to stretch you, challenge you, and push you to your limits. You might stumble, fall, or even fail. That's okay. Failure isn't the enemy of success, and action is. Every time you take action, even if it doesn't go as planned, you're learning, growing, and moving forward. Massive action isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the things that matter most. Focus on the high-impact actions, the ones that move the needle. Too many people confuse busyness with progress. Don't fall into that trap. Be intentional with your efforts. Consistency is key. It's not about doing one big thing and waiting for results. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what. Momentum builds through repetition. Each small action compounds over time, creating unstoppable energy that drives you forward. And let me tell you this, you don't need all the answers to start. You don't need the perfect plan or a crystal clear vision of the future. What you need is a commitment to take the first step and figure out the rest along the way. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. Stop worrying about what others will think. Stop waiting for approval or permission. This is your life, your dream, your journey. The only opinion that matters is your own. So silence the doubts, ignore the naysayers, and move forward with unwavering determination. Here's a secret: action kills fear. Fear only has power when you stand still and give it space to grow. The moment you take action, fear begins to shrink. Each step forward chips away at the doubts and insecurities that hold you back. Massive action requires focus. You can't do everything, so don't try. Pick one goal, one priority, and go all in. When you spread yourself too thin, you dilute your efforts. Laser focus creates exponential results. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory. Acknowledge the effort you're putting in and use it as fuel to keep going. Success isn't one giant leap, it's a series of small, consistent steps in the right direction. Remember, action isn't always glamorous. It's often messy, uncertain, and uncomfortable. But that's where the magic happens. Growth lives in the space outside your comfort zone, and the only way to get there is to move. This is your time. Stop waiting, stop doubting, and stop holding yourself back. Take massive action today, tomorrow, and every day after that, because the life you want isn't waiting for you. It's waiting for your action to bring it to life. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Let me tell you something powerful: who you spend your time with will either lift you up or drag you down. The people in your life are shaping your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your destiny. If you want to elevate your life, you must elevate your circle. Take a moment and think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they challenging you to grow? Are they pushing you to be your best? Or are they pulling you back into old habits and small thinking? Your environment matters more than you realize. We're social creatures. Whether we like it or not, we absorb the energy, the mindset, and the habits of the people around us. If you surround yourself with people who are complacent, negative, or stuck in a victim mindset, guess what? That energy will rub off on you. But when you surround yourself with growth-minded people, people who are constantly learning, striving, and evolving, they inspire you to do the same. They remind you of what's possible and hold you accountable to a higher standard. Growth-minded people don't let you settle. They won't let you make excuses or stay in your comfort zone. They'll call you out when you're slacking, but they'll also cheer you on when you're making progress. These are the people who see your potential and refuse to let you play small. Here's the thing: finding these people might mean letting go of others. And yes, that's hard. It's tough to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. But sometimes you have to release the old to make room for the new. Not everyone is meant to go with you to the next level. If you don't have a growth-minded circle right now, create one. Seek out mentors, join groups or communities of like-minded individuals, and connect with people who are where you want to be. In today's world, the possibilities are endless. You can find inspiration online, at events, or in books. Be intentional about building relationships with people who inspire you. Look for those who have achieved what you're striving for. Learn from their experiences, model their habits, and absorb their mindset. Success leaves clues, so follow them. Don't just take from these relationships, contribute. Be the kind of person who lifts others up, who encourages growth and inspires action. When you bring value to others, you create a circle that thrives on mutual support and shared success. Growth-minded people embrace challenges. They see obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. Being around this energy will shift your perspective. Instead of fearing failure, you'll start to see it as a stepping stone. They're also relentless in their pursuit of excellence. They don't settle for average, and they don't let you settle either. Their drive becomes contagious. Suddenly, the goals that once seemed out of reach start to feel achievable because you're surrounded by proof that it's possible. One of the most powerful benefits of surrounding yourself with growth-minded people is the belief they instill in you. Sometimes they see your potential before you do. Their confidence in you becomes a mirror, reflecting the greatness you've yet to recognize in yourself. This isn't just about friendships, it's about building a tribe, a team, a network of people who are all committed to becoming the best version of themselves. Together you rise. Together you push limits and break through barriers. Remember, your circle is a choice. If you want to elevate your life, you must choose to surround yourself with people who reflect the future you want, not the past you're leaving behind. The right people will change your life, but you have to take the first step. Master your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do, everything you achieve, and everything you become. It's not your circumstances, your resources, or your past that determine your future. It's how you think. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mindset. Let me remind you of a universal truth. Your mind is a battlefield, and every day you're waging a war between doubt and belief, between fear and faith, between limitation and possibility. The question is, which side are you letting win? Most people live as prisoners of their own thoughts. They let fear dictate their decisions, self-doubt paralyze their progress, and negativity shape their reality. But here's the thing, your thoughts aren't facts. They're just patterns, and patterns can be changed. The first step to mastering your mindset is awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself throughout the day? Are your thoughts empowering you or holding you back? Write them down. Bring them into the light. Once you're aware of the thoughts that don't serve you, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief true? Is it helping me? Is there a more empowering thought I can choose instead? Replace "I can't" with "how can I?" Replace "this is too hard" with "I'm capable of figuring this out." Your brain is like a computer, and your thoughts are the programming. If you're running on outdated, limiting beliefs, your results will reflect that. But when you install new, empowering thoughts, your actions and your outcomes start to transform. Here's a secret: your brain is wired for survival, not success. It's programmed to avoid pain, seek comfort, and conserve energy. That's why stepping out of your comfort zone feels so difficult. But growth lives on the other side of discomfort, and mastering your mindset means embracing that truth. Reframe challenges, opportunities. Every obstacle is a chance to grow, every failure a lesson to learn. When you shift your perspective, you stop seeing problems as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Visualization is a powerful tool for mindset mastery. Close your eyes and picture the life you want, the person you want to become, and the goals you want to achieve. Feel it, see it, believe it. When you hold that vision in your mind, your brain starts to work toward making it a reality. Gratitude is another cornerstone of a strong mindset. No matter where you are in life, there's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's abundant, and that shift creates space for even more blessings to flow into your life. Mastering your mindset also means guarding your energy. Be mindful of what you consume: social media, news, conversations. If it's draining you or filling you with negativity, cut it out. Your mental environment is just as important as your physical one. Consistency is key. You don't master your mindset overnight. It's a daily practice, a commitment to growth, and a willingness to keep pushing even when it's hard. The more you work on your mindset, the more natural it becomes, until positivity and possibility are your default settings. Here's the bottom line: your mind is your most powerful tool. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. The choice is yours. Decide today to take control of your thoughts, to focus on what you can do instead of what you can't, and to create a mindset that fuels your success. Embrace unstoppable momentum. Momentum is the invisible force that drives success. It's the power that turns small, consistent actions into massive results. When you embrace momentum, you move from effort to flow, from pushing to being pulled by your own progress. Momentum doesn't just help you achieve your goals, it makes you unstoppable. Let's start with this truth. Momentum begins with a single step. The first step is often the hardest. It's where fear, doubt, and resistance show up the strongest. But once you take that first step, you break the inertia. You start to move, and movement creates energy. The magic of momentum lies in consistency. It's not about doing something monumental in one day. It's about showing up every day, no matter how small the action. Think of a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it keeps moving, it grows, gaining speed and power. One of the biggest killers of momentum is perfectionism. Waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, or the perfect moment will keep you stuck. Action doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be intentional. Start messy, learn as you go, and refine along the way. Momentum thrives on focus. When you scatter your energy across too many goals, you dilute your power. Pick one priority and give it your all. When you concentrate your efforts, you accelerate your results. That acceleration fuels even more momentum. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Each success, each step forward is proof that you're making progress. Acknowledging these wins creates positive reinforcement, which motivates you to keep going. Remember, success is a series of small victories. Stay disciplined. Momentum doesn't build itself, it requires commitment. There will be days when you don't feel like taking action. Those are the days that matter most. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and the momentum you need to achieve them. Surround yourself with energy that matches the momentum you want to create. Be around people who are driven, inspired, and moving forward in their own lives. Their energy will amplify yours, creating a collective force that's hard to stop. Remove distractions and eliminate friction. What's slowing you down? What's pulling you off course? Identify the obstacles in your path and find ways to minimize or eliminate them. When you clear the clutter, you create space for momentum to thrive. Momentum isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. Cultivate a mindset that supports growth and resilience. Stay positive, stay curious, and stay hungry. Your inner state will reflect in your outer results. Don't let setbacks derail you. Momentum doesn't mean perfection. You'll stumble, you'll face challenges, and you'll make mistakes. That's part of the process. What matters is that you get back up, learn, and keep moving forward. Leverage the power of habits. When you turn your actions into habits, you create automatic momentum. You don't have to rely on willpower or motivation because your habits take over. Identify the habits that align with your goals and commit to them daily. Momentum builds confidence. The more progress you make, the more you believe in your ability to succeed. That belief creates even more action. And the cycle continues. Confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you build through consistent action. Here's the bottom line: momentum is the key to transforming your life. It's the difference between dreaming about success and living it. Start small, stay consistent, and don't stop. Once you've built unstoppable momentum, nothing can stand in your way. The year that changes everything. This is your moment, right here, right now. The past doesn't define you, and the future is yours to create. You've heard the steps: decide, commit, take action, and surround yourself with growth. You've learned how to harness pain, master your mindset, and build unstoppable momentum. But knowing isn't enough. The real power comes in doing. Don't let this be just another motivational talk you listen to and forget. Don't let another year slip by while you wait for the perfect time or the right conditions. The perfect time is now. The right conditions are what you create. You are capable of extraordinary things. There's a fire inside you, a potential waiting to be unleashed, and a life beyond anything you've imagined. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you get to decide when that starts. Will it be today? Will this be the year you stop holding yourself back? Will this be the year you break the chains of doubt and fear? Will this be the year you finally step into the person you're meant to be? Because let me tell you this, you don't have time to waste. Life is happening now. And every day you delay is a day you'll never get back. Don't live in regret. Don't look back a year from now and wish you had started today. Decide that this is the year everything changes. Commit to the process, embrace the challenges, and celebrate every step of the journey. You're not just setting goals, you're transforming your life. You're not just dreaming, you're doing. The road won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. With every step forward, you'll grow stronger, wiser, and more confident. You'll prove to yourself that you can, that you're capable, and that you're capable, and that you're unstoppable. So don't waste another year of your life. Take the first step and then the next and the next. Trust in your ability to figure it out as you go. Believe in the power of your decisions, your actions, and your vision. This is your time, your moment, your year. Go out there, take what's yours, and create the life you deserve. The world is waiting for you to rise. Now go make it happen.